Walk me through all of that. And, we've got a lot of real estate investors that obviously listen to this. We got some people that have been doing it a long time, and probably some people who haven't done it yet and thinking about it. What was that journey like?
I'd say the first 4 or 5 years was just up and up, because I think it was more of a decision. Like I wasn't going to fail, wasn't going up on the stage at the convention to get awards, but I was doing very well.
Financially,
yes. I mean, I was able to, about a year in, or actually not even that long, shortly after I left the salon business and let my sister just run that full time, I asked my mom to, hey, I'm going to need help with my daughter. I'm a single mom and I have two choices. I either hire a nanny or you can retire or become a nanny. So I'm glad she picked the second choice. So she helped me with my daughter. So whenever my daughter wasn't in daycare, mom would step in and help. Or when I had to go do, a networking event or travel out of town, then I had my mom to help. So that was great.
Kind of what you were doing for her, right?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, right? Like return of the favor, right? You were helping her raise kids a little bit. Your brothers and sisters, right? You said.
I think I'd never put it that way, but naturally it was kind of a thing that I just had to do, right?
Yeah.
I think one thing about me is I just do it. I don't sit and wonder like why I do this, or if something happened to me, well, why did this thing happen to me? Like I just take it and then, well, oh, it happened. Let's see what I can do now. So in some way, people can think of me like, oh, she's cold-hearted, cold-blooded. Like she didn't even empathize or care. But truly, I do care a lot. But my mind, it processes things that way. Okay, it's already happened. Now let's make things better. Let's see what else we can do, what I can fix. Instead of just mulling over, okay, what's already done.
Yeah. So you don't and you mentioned this the last time we spoke, and it really stuck out, and I've actually thought about it quite a bit. Probably because I battle it a little bit, but you're like, I don't worry about a lot of things. Like outside of normal, like what you said, like you're not scared to do anything. You don't really care. Is that right? You don't worry about, do you have any worries?
I used to worry about what people think, right? Okay. Growing up, because that's how we were raised. What do someone think of me? Okay. But I think my daughter make me smarter.
Okay.
Because of her, I worry less about those things that I feel like less important. No, I do worry about what my mom think, how she feels, what my brothers and sisters think, Yeah. I worry about what you think. But other than that, I don't worry about what someone else think.
Just me and your sisters and your brothers.
Yeah, right? Just you. Yeah, you made the cut. Okay. Because it's no point. It's pointless.
Yeah.
I can only worry about, what's that thing? I can only worry about what I can control, right?
Yeah.
No, and I can only worry about what my life look like 10 years from now, what my daughter may look like 10 years from now. I mean, I can't control how she wants to do things sometime, right?
Yeah.
But I try to just focus on these things instead of all the other things that I used to worry about when I was younger.
You don't worry about the future too much. And maybe that's part of your Buddhist and your spiritual thing too. Like they teach you to be present. Like you can't have fear and anxiety if you're truly present.
I do worry about the future.
Okay, you do.
I do. Because it's the outcome that I want to have. Not in a way like maybe of what you were thinking, like careless or not like that. It's more of like action, consequence.
So are you worried if I make this move and what if it doesn't work out? You worry about that type of stuff,
Not so much in that sense because I know it will work.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's a strong mindset. So we're talking about with our real estate ballers here, a little bit more business, but you don't really care about when you make a business move. You don't think about, obviously you're not making a reckless move, but you're not worried about if this works out or if it doesn't. You're just confident that it'll work out. And if it didn't work, quote unquote, work out, I'll make it work out. Is that right? So where do you worry? I want to make sure I understand this right. It's a very good mindset.
Where do I worry? Okay. I worry if when we have a downturn in our business, how do I get over that?
Okay.
How do I look at my employees in their face and say, well, I can't pay you. I would not, that's my worry. I don't want to have that conversation.
Okay.
Right? I don't want to look at my mom and say, Mom, you can't do this thing because I don't have money for you to do it.
Yeah.
That's my worry.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Okay. So that's fair. It's really the result. It's not about you. It's what you have to say to others, essentially, possibly.
yeah, I worry about random things, but not like in that kind of way.
Okay. So let's fast forward. Your mom helps you out. You're doing real estate. What happens after that? A lot of good things are happening, and then take me to where maybe some of the struggles that you had. It's not all, as you mentioned, it's not all roses and butterflies when it comes to owning a business and being in real estate. Even when things are good, it's still challenging and tough, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, the biggest struggle is growing up with no connections, right? No, not knowing the smart way of running a business.
Yeah.
You run it the hard way. So everything I learn some of it is the hard way. Now, I'm fortunate to be in this space, to be surrounded by like you and several other people, smart people who I can go call and learn from. But the challenges was growing the company, right? Bringing on the right people onto the ship boat on this journey. And I think too, a little bit of, I'm okay to admit this, in the old way of business, you always scared that someone's going to take what they learned from you and go do something else, become your competitions. Today, I'm not worried about that. Today, I'm different. If someone come into my organizations, I want them to leave better than when they came. I'd rather them not leave, but I know when it's time for them to leave, I want them to leave a better person, have more skill, have better vision, whatever it is, have more money if that's what they desire, right? But I want them to leave a better person if they ever leave.
I like that. I heard a quote one time that said, teach someone so much that they have the ability to leave you, but treat them so well that they never do.
This episode is brought to you by Jet Lending. For over 20 years, Jet Lending has been helping real estate investors succeed. They offer 100% financing so you can be in at $0 at closing. I can always count on Jet Lending to fund my deals. If you're looking to fund your next deal, contact our friend over at jetlending.com.